car.
Understood.
So the person is 10 feet back
So the car,
on the edge of the road.
right.
And they're looking out, and there's 4 different sight distance locations. There's a car coming over the hill, waiting for a car to turn, and there's cars coming the other way.
I got that.
So
Where was the 520 measured from now, though?
They're showing that it's measured from the driveway, 10 feet back to the opposing lane, and they've got a little sketch shown on the plan.
10 feet back.
Right, and
yeah.
obviously there will be some clearing and some movement of berm.
I mean, 10 feet back is right in the berm, though.
That's what he said. He's going to have to cut the berm down
We'd have
and
to
do
do
some
some
clear.
clearing.
They know.
But it may not be 520 feet at that point, because the berm is 5 or 6 feet high, correct? And if you understand what I'm saying, how could you measure that if you're standing 10 feet back and the berm is there? Her point was basically a question of safety, on the sight distance and on the speed, and that she felt that the town possibly could be exposing itself to liability. I mean, if they didn't take a real hard look at this issue, I mean, what is the sight distance, how is it measured, and what do people really go? You really don't know what that speed is on that road.
I spoke with the police department and offered them to sit at the top of the hill and clock the people. They've also received a $10,000 grant from the federal government where that's going to check the speed and stuff. I volunteered my property next door to it, which is right next to where this driveway is supposed to go. The police chief told me he's very, very concerned in that area because he knows that nobody really goes the speed limit at all, and he knows there's a substantial speeding. I also went to the highway department and spoke with Mr. Andrushak, and up until today, he was against that driveway. Mr. Feeney had been there many, many times to talk to him, so obviously they must have agreed on something. But when I spoke to him last time, he was quite against it.
If you want to know how the applicant measured the site distance, I know it's supposed to be measured out only by ITV standards, but maybe the applicant can explain how they measured it, if it was in accordance with those standards or
In accordance with ITV standards, by a licensed land surveyor and certified by a licensed New York State.
And I met Mr. Andrushak out there this morning, and prior to that, he was against it, and I said, just give me the time to go there and see it. He was the same thing, it's a tight road, this and that, there's not enough sight distance. Showed it to him on a plan that John Thoroughly did, that there was an adequate sight distance. We went out, we looked at it, he's very satisfied as to the sight distance there. He was pleasantly surprised when we got there. If you go there and look at it, you'll agree. All he said was, just make sure you clear the brush. I have a letter here from him. Neil just gave it to me. I didn't know that the letter was published. But he's okay with it. So, beyond that, speed limit is something that, you know,
It sounds like the police are concerned, are watching it, and perhaps, in fact, I mean, they obviously know it. They are concerned. They've got a grant, he says, involved in your property. It sounds like something will probably be done about the speed. But okay.
I'm surprised because they done one hell of a job in Burlingville. Every car comes down there, zoop, they go down to 35 and walk across it. And of course, it took the state police, it took the Goshen police, and the sheriff's department to get that under control, but they've really got it under control.
That's not a town road, and I mean, to control the speed on there, you have to go to
But Goshen,
state or the county to change the speed.
true, I understand that, but you gotta change the speed down to 35 and you gotta enforce it.
Well, it's 40 now.
It's 40.
No, Durlin is 35.
No, I know, but
Yeah,
Houston
it's
is
gotta
at
come
40
down.
now.
It's
So
gotta
it's probably got an adequate speed limit.
It's gotta come down to 35 and you've got to enforce it. Because they've done a tremendous job in Durlin.
changing speed limits doesn't necessarily work. The problem with speed limits is, I think I might have said this before, people drive the distance they feel comfortable with, the speed they feel comfortable with. And if you take a road, let's say you build a thruway, you post it for 25 miles an hour, nobody's going to drive that. They drive what they feel comfortable with. And if they think they can go fast, now you have some cowboys that go a lot faster than that, but generally people drive what they consider a safe speed. So that's why many times highway engineers don't look at posted speeds when they do things. They look at the 85th percentile of where speeds are. Sight distances are unusual in the IDE. They don't talk about the 85th percentile. It's one of the few areas where they don't. But nonetheless, it still is that people drive what their comfort level is on those roads. The way that you're talking about is the people also like to have laws dogs. You put enough police out there, you give enough people tickets, they learn, and they slow down in those areas. And I know areas like that myself before I drive.
Florida,
On
New York.
17, Mawa area, you slow down. Because you're
Florida,
gonna
New
get a
York.
ticket. Cedar Grove, New Jersey, you slow down, you're gonna get a ticket. So there are certain areas like that where they police it.
But also, again, which I disagree, but every one of us, what is our minimum before the troopers will stop you? So if you're on a 65 highway and they're not stopping anybody at 75, you're safe. Let's say they're going to start issuing tickets at 78. You're up to 75, you're in good shape.
Can we solve the speed limit
Yeah.
later?
Meantime,
Yeah, I just have one other comment.
300-foot
Yes,
frontage and
in the evening, when it's dark, when the lights come over the top of that hill, when you come up that hill, you Well, we have details of the berm removal and brush removal area, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what he was referencing?
Right.
And he had the site plan from
And site visits, that's basically general,
So they will have to comply with what's on the site plan, and that, if that's what he was looking at, I assume that's what he was referencing.
Yeah, I just have it.
They
were intending to go if he doesn't Maple
Avenue.
This property is 5 foot higher than what the road is, so is the driveway gonna come slanting down into the road slowly so that he's got the steep thing on both sides? Then you're gonna have to really open it up.
And that's a berm there,
What happened to the 300-foot frontage?
a -2%.
How much of an area will he have to cut out on both sides of that?
On the site plan.
Don't know if he's got his driveway grades shown in the front area there. I didn't see them on the new plan. They don't have grades shown on the new plan. I don't know, this lot, if you look at the grading plan on the original plan, it doesn't show whatever it's off. It doesn't show that much on the grade. It obviously can't be so, you're saying it's more
Oh, it's
permanent,
steep,
so
trust
you
me.
might have to look at.
I clean that road 3 times a year, trust me, I know it's steep.
Well, I'm not saying
I've
it
been
is-
killed many, many times on that road.
I'm not saying it isn't, I'm saying the plan doesn't like that. That's the old plan, which has the topo on it. The new plan doesn't show the topo on the driveways. But they would be clearing it, well, I can't tell you exactly how much, but
We took a look at that. The driveways for lots 1 and 2 have been cleared. So the driveways for lots 1 and 2 are shown on throughout Calvin Field, it's been cleared.
Yeah, but it's flat down there.
There's a distance of about 60 feet, where the berms were eliminated for those 2 driveways. For this driveway, you would have to clear about 40 feet. So, in terms of your approval resolution, you're going to have to specifically waive the scenic road issue for this, and you're going to have to allow, if you want a safe driveway, this is the safest location of anything out there. I'm not saying it's great, but you do come over hills, and you come down, but you do have the 500 feet. But you would have to clear out at least 40 feet of berm to put the driveway in for adequate for the site distance. Now, I'm guessing it's a 40 feet, but it's pretty accurate. You'd actually have to do a location and cut it back. The other point is, when the road was put in, the stop line is 26 feet back from the road. That stop line would have been blacked out, and the stop sign, and if there is to be a white line, everything moves well forward. It should not be back 26 feet.
the uniform traffic control devices manual says between, it's 6 feet to 12 feet, so it really should be moved up. You can go to 12 feet back, and that's not bad, because people should stop early and then shout, but not, it shouldn't be 26 feet back.
we will do that when we do the top build.
Other questions? Comments?
How do you resolve the issue of the social or the bus stop application?
If there are kids in that house, the bus will stop right in front of it.
The next nearest place we have a bus stop is in the corner of South Road.
No, they don't do that. In that road, they stop at every single house.
They stop at every house.
They're afraid of setting the kids on that road, it's too narrow. So you will have a bus that will stop in the middle of the hill with people flying over the hill.
And you're gonna have them come from both sides.